How has the mobile money scene changed in Africa in the last couple of years? What are the main challenges that you are facing now, and what are people focusing on?
So if we look into Africa, what we see is actually that Africa changes a lot from being behind to actually leading edge in e-commerce. Africa has been able to build reliable mobile infrastructure over the last couple of years, whereas streets and power infrastructure still has outages. Mobile is pretty stable, so that builds upon the basis for Africa prospering in the mobile community, mobile commerce especially.
What are some of the critical considerations that banks and operators need to think about when launching a mobile money service?
Industry stakeholders need to harmonize their efforts, right? We've seen that in messaging, SMS, MMS businesses. Once they started opening up to each other, becoming interoperable, this solution really took up and got accepted by consumers. So it's very important that the stakeholders, banks and operators come together and form interoperable schemes. There's three major topics to that. One is this interoperability. The other is reach to the customers. So a mobile commerce scheme needs to support all the channels that a consumer would use. Right? It doesn't make sense to look into NFC only in Africa, where only 1.5% of the customers only have the necessary handsets potentially in future. You need to put up all these channels. And obviously the key thing is to enable consumption. So most of the mobile operators and banks do not look into payments only anymore, or money transfers. They look into value-added services like vouchers, couponing, and so forth to actually enable merchants much better than before.
Based on what you now know, what advice would you give to somebody looking to launch a mobile money service?
Sybase has done a project in our professional services community and reviewed our lessons learned from the last more than 10 years in the market. And we've put together a program of 10 topics of things to be considered and analyzed in a go-to-market and roadmap for mobile commerce, mobile money program. So we've put together this program, and we offer our partners and our customers the service to actually consult on these 10 major topics.
Where is mobile money headed in Africa? What's the next big thing, and what are you most excited about?
It's a good question. What I see is actually more than the next big thing, I see the next big challenge that the African marketplaces have. What we see is some big operator groups going in with mobile money propositions, some third parties, some banks, all competing. This is actually distracting the market. And the big next thing that would actually need to happen is to come together, to enable consumption, to come together and to be interoperable so that customers of the one can buy with merchants of the other. This will really drive the market, the adoption in an overall manner. So rather than compete on the money proposition as such, operators and banks should compete on the value-added services they provide.
And finally, how has your experience of MMT Africa been?
It's a very valuable experience in terms of the presentations that we saw, the networking. Very, very good.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.